job hanging it up there. And, end of the game, decided to be smart right there and just called the fair catch. So. He was a heck of a putter, though.
He was.
Did BT apologize to you for hitting the upright on that one? You ruined your great hold after the high snap.
Yeah, he did say that he should have made it, but I mean it was hard because it just wasn't the best operation, obviously, but he's been doing a great job, BT, all year. I'm proud of him. He's been solid and consistent. He still hit the ball good, just barely hit the upright, but those other 2 field goals he hit was very big, and he did a great job.
What's it been like for you, Will, having your younger brother Drew on the team?
Man, it's been awesome. It's cool. Drew last year, he redshirted, did power hour and all that, and it's been fun. Last week we actually did something coming down versus Texas A&M where we high-fived coming down the hill. I think they actually captured it on TV, and that was pretty neat. Just little moments like that, just being able to spend time with him and enjoy this ride with him. And then the home games, we room together now at home games because they travel more guys for that. So that's been really cool because we've grown up at the team hotel, staying with our dad, and I'm like, man, now we're players getting in a room with each other. So that's really cool experiencing this with Drew.
150, your dad gets to coach game number 150. Have you been at all 150?
I have not been quite at all 150. There's been a few away games, some Thursday night games that I had to miss, playing. When I was playing high school football, I had to miss a few, but I've been at a lot. Actually, it was funny. So I started keeping the touch chart in 2009,
yep.
And I went back and tracked. And my last game keeping the touch chart was the 2016 national championship, which we won, and that was my 100th game on the sideline keeping the touch chart for my dad. So obviously I was at more games than that, but as far as being on the sidelines, I was as a coach's kid doing the touch chart, I was on the sideline 100 games exactly.
So
that's
for people
pretty
that don't
neat.
know, what is the touch chart?
The touch chart, yeah. So that started in 2009. Basically, it started out as, let's make sure CJ Spiller's getting the ball. Because that had been a problem some years before. So it was good. My dad just gave me the chart, and he kind of got the idea from Al Groh at Virginia the year before, because his son used to do stuff like that before him. And he just wanted to find a way to get my brother and I involved and help out on Saturdays. And Drew, he would do the first, second down run pass chart for the offense and defense to make sure we were balanced. And I would just do the touch chart, so every time a player touched the ball, keep track, and we'd show it to him at halftime. And that was just a fun way to keep us involved and everything. And, they would use it sometimes, I remember at one time, Jacoby Ford only had one touch at halftime, so they made sure they got him the ball. And it was just, a lot of times like that. But it was cool doing that growing up.
Did you ever go to your dad at halftime and go, hey, we got to get CJ the ball in the second half?
There were a couple times, yeah. Yeah, he'd appreciate that. He was like, hey, if he doesn't have at least 20 touches, then something's wrong that year. We were riding him.
What is the longest or the hardest time to get to a game? I know at Syracuse several years ago, you guys played a playoff game in Rock Hill on Friday night, and then Clemson played early the next day at Syracuse. Is that?
Yeah, that was probably one. Then I remember my senior year, we played at Boston College on a Friday night, and so they actually moved the Daniel game, thankfully, to a Thursday night, and we played all the way in 96, which is down in Greenwood, and we came back, and we actually went up early that morning to Boston. Luckily, it was a night game, but but those are actually moments that I've loved. Getting to be able to play high school. And also another one that comes to mind is the night before the Auburn game, 2016, my senior year, playing at Seneca. My dad was able to stay for that one, and we went as a family to the game after. So those are just really cool moments that we've gotten to enjoy along the way.
Going back to your high school career, you, Jay, Ben Batson, and a bunch of other guys come from that Daniel High School program right here in the area. Talk about Daniel High School and that pipeline that is Daniel to Clemson.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Daniel has a rich tradition. It's really cool to be able to say, I guess it was up till last year, I don't know about right now, but we had 4 guys currently in the NFL. And it's just a 3A school, well, 4A now, but that's just unbelievable. And obviously all the countless of other guys that have came to Clemson and contributed to this program. And it's really cool, especially, Jake, Ben, and I, we've grown up at these practices, playing around, playing in the backyard and stuff, same middle school teams, all that stuff. So now us being out here playing for Clemson, it's unbelievable how it's worked out.
I know you're really close with Hunter. How much do you miss him this season? And is it kind of surreal watching him play for the Raiders now?
Yeah, it has been weird him not being here, for sure. He actually, so we roomed together at the games too, and then he was my roommate last year. And, so there are a few things, like we had little like traditions that we would do, before the games, like just little stuff that we would do that I kind of miss, but it's been awesome to see him achieving his dream, playing in the NFL. He was doing a great job for the Raiders. They have a much improved team too, with all those Clemson guys helping out. I know they had a tough one this Sunday, but no, it is surreal. Like you're watching and I'm like, man, I've been practicing with him all these years and stuff, and now he's out there playing for the Raiders. It's really cool to see. But no, I've missed him some, but he's coming back for the Florida State game and hang out that week, so it'll be fun.
I don't think I remember seeing Team 123. What is Team 124 about? I've seen it
Yeah.
up here. Now you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah, so Team 124, we actually really didn't even talk about that last year, but that's kind of something that the coaches have brought up to us this year. It's just like a new way to think about it, that, hey, there's been 123 teams come before us, and we want to be able to make them proud and all the stuff work they put in. We just know that, that people came before us and laid the foundation for what we have today. So we want to think about, and also it's another way to think about, this team, we don't focus on having a win streak coming into this season. Team 124, we hadn't accomplished anything. We hadn't won a game, we hadn't won a home game, away game, we hadn't won a championship. So thinking of it as Team 124 is the new journey, and we're going to see how great this team can be. So it kind of just gives us that good mindset.
How much does your dad look to you to kind of get just an insider's view of the pulse of the team? Coaches can't be around their players 24/7. Does he do that at all with you?
Right. I mean, no, I wouldn't say so at first. Now that I'm a junior, I think I am kind of getting up there to be one of those team leaders with as long as some of the other guys. And I'm one of the juniors. We have probably about 10 underclassmen that are in the senior meetings. So that's really when it's his time, when he gets the pulse of the team. Especially with this team, we got a bunch of 80 freshmen and sophomores, so he really gets the pulse of them. But no, I wouldn't say him and I really ever have any talks like that outside of the ordinary that he would have with any other player. It's always, he really gets the pulse of the team through just the older veterans that he's learned to trust.
Will, going into a game like Saturday, when you guys are such massive favorites, how do you guys keep yourselves from getting too cocky and kind of maybe just going through the motions this week?
Yeah, well, there's several ways to answer that. First off, we play to a standard every week. I know y'all have heard my dad say that plenty of times, but it's true. Every week, we're focused on getting better every day, and all we're promised is today. So we're going to make sure that we're our very best. And also, the opponent we're playing, Charlotte, they have a lot of great athletes too. You look around and there's some teams that may not have the best records, but every team has good players. And Charlotte, actually, they're 2-1. They're going to be a great challenge for us. But regardless of who we play, that's just been so drilled into us that we're going to put our best foot forward. And at the end of the day, we spend so much time doing mat drills and workouts. When you get a chance to go play in Death Valley, only 7 of the year, we're always going to be pumped up. And that's just the way we look at it. It's just another chance to go play football, and we're going to put our best foot forward.
Kind of in that same vein, after the first 3 games, we've heard some of the players talking about leaving no doubt. I just wanted to ask what you're seeing in the locker room with that mentality and how you guys are embracing that idea of not leaving any doubt with each game you play.
Yeah, for sure. The first goal, first and foremost, is to win, obviously, and no matter how we win, we're going to celebrate. But I think it also is hey, if we're going to focus on being our best, then playing our best game, then we think that would lead to a lot of games that we would leave no doubt. And that's what we're trying to focus on. Obviously, we've these past 2 games have been big, because last year those were 2 of the games that we really the only 2 games that we left out in Texas A&M and Syracuse, and we left no doubt in those this year. So it's just cool. We just know that if we put our best foot forward, then we think that we're going to be in a position to where we can leave no doubt most of the time in those games. And it just goes back to the mindset of just being our best and not focused on just doing enough to squeak by. We want to finish through the finish line each game and just win by as much as we can.
Anything else?
Thanks, Will.
Thank y'all.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon. Hold on. I'm going to say something about it.